Here with head trainer Robert Garcia. Now, Robert, let's talk about the biggest news in boxing: Triple G versus Ggg-Brook. What are your thoughts? And did you ever see this fight getting made?
I still think it's not going to happen. I still think I argue with my son, with both my kids, and Mike and everybody. I still don't think that's. I still think it's just they're just trying to maybe
Build it up for a big fight?
Build it up, or no, not necessarily build that up, but maybe like Triple G and his team are like trying to clown Canelo for doing something like that. And Ggg-Brook, maybe trying to say, because he's got rivalry with Amir Khan, so I'm brave enough to do the same thing you did. Because I don't see why Triple G would do something like that. Honestly, I don't. I think Triple G. At least fight a solid middleweight, or maybe move up in weight. If there's no more challenges at 160, move up in weight to 168. But for you to take a fight against a welterweight, it's kind of I don't know, not in his side. After criticizing Canelo so much,
right.
Plus Canelo fought at 155. It was for the middleweight title, but at 155, pretty much at junior middleweight, pretty much. So I don't know. It's hard. I still think it's not going to happen.
Let's assume it does happen. How does the fight play out?
Well, if the fight does happen, it ends whenever Triple G wants to.
Brook is a big welterweight.
Yeah, but and Brook is a big welterweight and is a world champion, but he's not considered the best welterweight. Because he beat Sean Porter, but that's about it. It was a lot of hugging and a lot of just wrestling. You have Timothy Bradley, who probably deserves it more, because he's fought Pacquiao, beat Pacquiao once. He just knocked out Brandon Rios. He's had some great wins. You have other welterweight, Keith Thurman, who just had a great win against Porter. So Ggg-Brook, man, I don't know, but back home over there, if it does happen, it's going to sell out, and they're going to do very well when it comes to the gate, and I'm sure HBO would pay a lot of money for it too, so it's all business.
Exactly. That's what I think it is, more than just a fight. I think it's a huge event in the UK, and it's going to sell. It's going to do great business, as you just mentioned. Let's talk about Ggg-Brook once again. If you were training Ggg-Brook, what would you do to have him well prepared for Gennady Golovkin? Because, that cat can punch.
Well, all he has to do is make weight, I guess, but he doesn't have a problem because he's going to be at 160, so he won't have a problem making weight. Fucking make sure you're getting paid, because I'm getting 10%. That's it. What else can I say? What else can a trainer say?
So, what would you do, like, tactical-wise now?
What can you do against Triple G? Fuck. There's nothing you could do. Let's just fucking sign that contract and make sure it says, it has a lot of zeros in it. Fuck, 10% of it is a lot of money. What else? I don't think they, plus I think he's still going to be a world champion. So he loses, he's got nothing to lose. He loses to Triple G, comes back, and he's still world champion, but he's put, a few million in his pocket. Let's go do it. Let's go get paid.
Robert here, speaking the truth, man. Let's talk about other big news around the world. Mikey Garcia, your brother, finally making his comeback after, what, a 2.5-year hiatus? 2.5? He's going to be fighting at the Barclays Center on July 30th. How excited are you for your brother?
We're very excited. It's not just me. My dad, who's also part of the team. My kids and the whole family, and of course the fans who have been waiting and been supporting, and for the past 2.5, they still haven't forgotten Mikey. It's what we were waiting for. We were hoping that when Mikey comes back, it would be somewhere in Southern California, maybe in the West Coast, Vegas, maybe even Texas. But this is what came up. Showtime and DeBella and Al Heyman were able to put it together on the Leo Santa Cruz card. So, we know we get really good response in New York also. Mikey has fought there quite a few times, and we get really good response from all the boxing fans. So we're very happy, just to be on that big card with Leo Santa Cruz, a really good friend of us, a fighter that Mikey was telling us the other day, Mikey and Leo, that same day they went together, because it was me and Cameron Duncan. We took them both to sign with Top Rank. So they signed the same day with Top Rank. when they signed their first promotional contract. So Leo was part of the team also. I worked with Leo for maybe the first 12, 15 fights of his career. So I'm very happy, just to be in that card. They're great people. Him and his dad, which actually I wish him the best in his recovery.
Exactly.
But yeah, they're great people. So just being together in the same card, it's gonna be unbelievable, man. And hopefully we can do the same thing here in LA. Leo's huge here in LA. Mikey's, as his comeback will become a huge draw, a big name. So we could do the same thing, together in the same card. It would be, we could probably sell out, the Staples or something like that.
No doubt about it. Let's talk about Leo Santa Cruz. You've trained him for 15 fights, as you just mentioned. What are your thoughts against Santa Cruz versus Frampton?
I think Santa Cruz has become such a great fighter, and I'm so happy for him and his dad. Even though I'm not working with him, I'm not part of his team, but knowing him personally, he's such a great kid. And his dad, what he's done before, when he came to us. When we got him, took him to Top Rank, he believed in my work also. He let me take over the corner. I always worked the corner. He was always there in the corner, but he always let me take over. But when he felt he was ready, he took over. And look at how well they've done. They've done better than they would have done with Top Rank or Golden Boy or TKO when we took them to TKO also. Man, they've done so well, and I'm happy for them. Even though I'm not involved anymore, they've done much better than they were doing with us. So I'm happy for them. There's so much room for everybody, to be successful, and by themselves they did it better than they would have with us. So can be mad, or I'm just very happy for them. They're great people, the whole family, the brothers. I used to use them as sparring partners when I was fighting. When I was fighting, their brothers helped me out in some of my fights to prepare. So we've known the whole family for a while.
What are your thoughts on Canelo Alvarez being ridiculed for dropping the WBC belt? He says he's going to fight Triple G in September of 2017. He's going to be fighting Liam Smith in September. What are your thoughts on that fight and dropping the WBC belt?
Look, I honestly don't even know who Liam Smith. I've never seen him fight. I have no idea who he is, so I can't even comment on how close the fight will be or if it will be a good fight or not. I just know that Canelo's a fighter. He'll fight, bro. I don't know why there's so much heat on him. I think it's just a business. It's just a business. And Golden Boy and his management team, they're looking at the business side. So they know they could always do the Triple G fight a year, 2 years from now, maybe even 3 years from now. It'll still be big, Mayweather, Pacquiao waited 5 or 6 years. It still broke records. People would have wanted it. We would have all loved to see it 5 years ago. We didn't. We seen it 6 years later, and it still broke records. So that fight's always gonna be there. Canelo's people, Golden Boy, they're businessmen. So I can't blame Canelo. Canelo does what, he could say, I want to fight him. He called him out in the ring. He made him come in because Canelo wants to fight. But sometimes the people that are handling your career tell you, no, it's not that's not the way to do it. We're businessmen, and they're securing, the rest of his life for not only his but his kids, his grandkids. They're being smart about it. They could end his career in one fight, so they're smart. I don't blame Canelo because Canelo's a fighter. He'll fight anybody. It's his team.
Two final questions. Other news in boxing: Marcos Maidana possibly making a return. What are your thoughts on that?
Look, I've been getting calls and people been asking about Marcos Maidana, and I haven't. He hasn't told me that. I talked to him 2 Saturdays ago. I did talk to him 2 Saturdays ago, and no, we talked just how you been, hi, bye, how's the family. He's gonna come visit. He's gonna come on vacation because I think his birthday's coming up or his wife's birthday's coming up, so he's bringing his whole family on a vacation to California, and he'll be here pretty soon. But it's just on a vacation. That's all we talked about. He never said he wants to come back. I've been talking to Sebastian Contursi because we have that fight between Abnormalities and Cuellar. So we've been talking about, possible dates and, have they told me, have they told you when the fight's going to happen? So we're in touch. Plus, I'm also working with Fabian Maidanas, who is Maidana's younger brother.
Welterweight, right?
He's fighting July 23rd in San Antonio. And I'm training him, and so we're in touch with Contursi, but we haven't talked about Maidana making a comeback. Maidana, we don't talk to Maidana when it comes to boxing related. Contursi is the same way. He doesn't talk to Maidana about you need to come back. Whenever Maidana's ready, he'll tell us he's ready and he wants to make a comeback, but he hasn't done it yet. So I've been hearing it a lot. But not from Maidana.
My final question: talk to us about the Ukrainian fighters that you have in your stable.
Look, it's hard to mention them all, man. Yeah. But it's the easiest way for me to do it is if I go from my Oxnard team to my Riverside team. And in Oxnard, I have Ggg-Brook, who was just put on the pay-per-view card with Crawford Postol. Right. He's gonna be on the pay-per-view. He's 9-0 with 7 knockouts, I believe. And he's a bronze medalist. Alexander Ggg-Brook, he's a bronze medalist, light heavyweight. He's a hell of a fighter, man. Tremendous power, great skills, and people will see that those skills on the 23rd. But I have like 10 other guys, Eastern European fighters. We have Ygis Kovalevskis, who is 13-0 with 11 knockouts. He'll be fighting next Saturday in Lancaster. They both fight for top rank. And I have another one fighting on that same card. His name is Max. Matt Max is his name. I don't really know his last name, but we have quite a few guys. Bisputing is another one. We have a few other fighters with main events. They're all managed by Igis Klimas, yes. And all those fighters train in Oxnard. We have a great team with Marcos Contreras, who helps me out with all those guys. We have one fighting on the Kovalev undercard in Russia on Monday. I'm not going to be there, but Marcos is there with them. So we have a great team in Oxnard. Then we come, we bring it to Riverside. Well, of course, we got Mikey, we got Abnormalities, who is very close to fighting Cuellar for a world title, and that might be my next world champion. We have Mike Press, who's going to fight for a title eliminator. We have Josito Lopez, who is already back in the gym, getting back ready. He'll be fighting sometime in October or November. And of course, a lot of young guys, Neno, who is in great position right now. Neno's the real deal, man. Renando's the real deal. So he's in a great position. But we have a lot of younger fighters that we're signing as a management team. But also, we have 4 with Golden Bull. We have a few with Top Rank. We have 2 fighting for Mayweather in August 5th. August 5th, we have 2 fighters that are going to fight on a Mayweather card. One of them is Danny Gonzalez, and the other one is Abraham Martinez. Our team is just huge. It's hard to mention other names, but we have, I would say, like 30 fighters. I'd say 30 fighters. Bright. So I think, 10 to 12 years ago, I started with my team. With Victor Ortiz and Brandon, Leo Santa Cruz, Mikey. Luevano, Viloria, 10, 12 years ago. We had a great team. And we had a good run. Then came, the Maidanas, the Kelly Pat, Brandon Rios, became a star. We had a great run. But I think with what we have right now with Mikey and Maidana's younger brother, who has tremendous skills also, and all my younger ones, that I signed with Golden Boy, the ones that are fighting with Top Rank, I think in the next 10 years, I think we're gonna have a better team than we had before. So I think it's every 10 years. 10 years from now, we're probably gonna have a new set of young warriors that could make a lot of noise.
Sounds good, man. I'm excited. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.